you know, sometimes a little change with your body, with your hair, new clothes, making you feel super light and sexy and like feminine. Sometimes we can have the time when we're really low and we feel like, oh, everything is so like basic, boring, and I'm tired of everything. When you're getting something you were thinking about for a long time and it's like becoming so beautiful, make you want to fly again. My name is Pony Wave. I'm a tattoo artist. I'm based in Los Angeles. I was born in Russia in a small city named Vladimir. It's close to Moscow. Yeah, and I moved to California 10 years ago. Growing up in Russia, especially in Vladimir, in a small city, it might be tough, but still a lot of fun. You have your all like ups and downs, but sometimes I miss my city, but I'm really happy here now. Back in Russia, that times, the tattoos was probably only prison tattoos or tattoos you got like in the military. So it was like, you know, like faded, like bluish tattoos. So probably that was this kind of tattoo I seen the first time. But back then, people can judge you, like heavily judge you, like for having tattoos. So it wasn't that fun if you like fully covered with tattoos in Russia, like 20 years ago. Not good. I remember when I was about like 9 years old or so, I've got these liners, the pen, that was like pretty expensive that time. And I bought them and I started to do tattoos, like small, like tribal tattoos for myself and for other people. And that time I was thinking, oh my God, I definitely gonna get like really tiny, small tattoo for myself and this is going to be it. Didn't happen. Didn't end like this. My first tattoo was the little star on my neck, and I was still believing that I'm going just one tattoo and this is going to be it. But that thought only for next 2 months. After 2 months I got another one. I felt like a rock star. With a tiny tattoo on my neck, I was feeling like, ooh, I'm a bad girl. I said to my parents that my first tattoo I said this is temporary. And this like special technique with the temporary tattoos, you can get it just for 1 year. And after 1 year, they start asking me questions. And I'm like, you know, maybe I just refresh it, yeah. My parents doesn't like tattoos at all. When they saw me moving to another country and growing my career as a tattoo artist, and they saw me like all over the internet, they start to understand this is not temporary, this is not something you are growing through. This is like you are an artist, and now we understand you. Now we like respect you, and now like we see what it's all about. I think they love me too much to argue with me and make myself like uncomfortable. I think their love is like much bigger than like their feeling about tattoos. So again, win. I remember I was planning like to do the aerography on the cars, on music, so I was like really like artistic person, and I was thinking, oh, what should I do? Remember I told you the small tattoo I got, the star? So the tattoo artist who did that, he asked me, what are you planning to do? And I said, oh, probably I'm gonna do the aerography on cars. And he said, okay, because he saw my artworks. And the year after, I just came back to that guy who did my tattoo. And I'm like, I want to start tattooing. And he said, I'm gonna teach you everything. So he decided that I'm going to be his apprentice. The vibe of like being musician, being an artist, and being tattoo artist, it's so close. They're always like all together. So I decided that I want to be a tattoo artist. Being an artist, it's being like a perfectionist. Of course, you want to fix things all the time, especially when you done this. When something else done it, you're like, oh my God, this artist is amazing. I love him so much, so he is so talented. But when you look at yourself, I'm not good enough. Oh my God, I'm the worst artist ever. I need to fix this, I need to fix that. Yeah, it's never-ending story. Being an artist is always like growing, 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 and being not enough all the time. I started noticing that like people like see me as a like tattooed person when I got the half of the sleeve first, and then when I got like my full sleeve, my first one. Yeah, I remember when I just got my full sleeve and I still was in Russia. That was more than 10 years ago. And I remember the times when I go just to the public transportation and older people can do like this. So they're reacting to me like I'm someone like dangerous or like doing some like creepy stuff. And sometimes I even see like the older women do like this. They do in Russia when they see a demon. Do I look like a demon? Sometimes. You can be a really strong person and just ignore those people. But when you see it day by day, or in all your routine, in all your regular life, it can be really, really painful. So all people are different. Sometimes you can meet people who's really rude to you and it's really painful. But sometimes the opposite side, when you meet the people who really like, oh my God, you look so beautiful, you're a piece of art. It's like a balance. So you like, if you feel yourself, I think it's really helpful. You see the people who understand you and you see the people who doesn't understand. So it's like balancing each other. I'm looking at it as just part of me, probably. I'm just stop looking at this like separately from my body. When I'm getting tattoo, I'm getting the new part of myself. So now I look at my tattoos as a part of me. I think I would change something. I would probably more practice on other people than on myself. Because some tattoos I done for myself, I would change them. I have a like Disney movie right here on my leg. I was practicing on myself, and I probably like will be thinking about like to get something on the top of this. Yeah. Everything else, no. I love all my tattoos. Yeah. They're memory. How I'm getting tattoos, it's usually like when I see I love something I want to keep for myself, like forever. For example, my favorite flower is plumeria. I love that like so much, so I decided to get like plumeria on my body. Or for example, like I'm thinking about my parents' relationships, the best relationship I've seen. So I want to mention something like represent this kind of love on my body. I'm like, ooh, it's probably like two doves like flying to each other. So then I'm getting this. So every time it's like, I love it so much. I want it for me forever, like super close to me. Then I'm getting it. Flowers and nature, those things you will never be bored and tired about. These are the things you always gonna love. So flowers is really safe. To get flowers, like you're not gonna regret it. Nature is probably the thing, the most magical and beautiful thing around us. So in flowers, I see not only flowers, I see the sacred geometry. Like if you see, like for example, in rose petals, this is a sacred geometry. This is how everything in universe is going. like these circles. So nature, like God speaks through nature. I love it.